Om Shanti Bajipal.
Function.
Yeah. And you already made Harshabai co-host. You can start Harshabai.
Om Shanti. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, Ashwin.
Is it better? Om Shanti. So hope you had a beautiful Amrit Vela. So today's Murli is definitely it has Dharna. So there will be a point in our journey, on the spiritual journey, where your sense of understanding and your practice of yoga and what you embody, dharana, and what you're contributing to the collective, which is seva, all becomes one, all becomes the same. So very practice of yoga that we are doing itself will bring more clarity of not only our self-awareness, but also of our um, uh, what need to be done, and the gyan itself will become more clear by just by that practice. And it is not just a practice by itself, that itself brings a lot of changes in not only my behavior but also my way of handling things in this world of problems and challenges, which is dharana. So the same thing what I'm practicing is the same thing which is also a dharana. Just what I'm practicing itself start doing the service, right? So I was just this is one of those murlis where Baba brings everything together, Gyan, Yog, Dharana, Seva, all together, and then your presence starts doing lot of transformation of this world, transformation of yourself, transformation and making you closer to Baba, closer to the Avyakt family, closer to the golden age stage and everything, and bringing the golden age closer. Everything happens through this practice of what this one Murli is. So let's explore what Baba is telling in this Murli. This is a Murli that was spoken on April 14th of 1983. So the essence of the Murli is a perfect soul is always content with the self and service. स्वयं से और सेवा से संतुष्ट. A perfect soul is always content with the self and service. Today, in order to meet the children who are residents of faraway land, Baba has taken the support of the corporeal form in this corporeal world of the children, and is looking at the children and this corporeal old world. Let's take a minute, try to digest what just happened. In order to meet the children, who is Baba referring to? That which is incorporeal, who are the resident of faraway land, who are the resident of that world which is not physical. Baba has taken the support of the corporeal form in this corporeal world of the children and is looking at the children incorporeal in this corporeal old world. Old world means the world of upheaval. Seeing the splendor of the world of upheaval, Babdada looked at the children's unshakable stage. You observe all of these scenes of upheaval as Sakshi, detached observer. The scenes of these games remind you even more of your unshakable, sweet home and your sweet kingdom that are free from obstacles. Do you remember what your home and what your kingdom were like? And what the kingdom that is going to come will be like? And that you are now going to go home? Today, seeing this scene, Babdada has had a heart-to-heart conversation. Whilst living in the world of Apiva, Dukh Dham, how much longer are you going to be seeing the scenes of Apiva? Seeing the scenes that the children have to tolerate? Father Brahma feels in his heart that he should call all the children to subtle region. Do you like this idea? Will you be able to fly? You are not tied down by any strings, are you? Your wings are not weak due to any type of attachment, are they? Your wings are not stuck somewhere because of attachment, are they? Have you made such preparations? Bapdada will fly in a second. But what if you remain behind while making your preparation? You are ready, are you not? First of all, you have to ask yourself two things. Am I completely free soul? Am I content with my speed of effort? Together with my own contentment, do you also receive a response of contentment with my elevated stage from the souls who are in contact with me? And the second question you want to ask is, am I content with myself in seva? Do I receive success as a return of using the accurate, powerful method? Have I prepared a variety of souls for my kingdom? This means souls who have a right to the kingdom, a right to the royal family, a right to become royal subjects, and those who have a right to become ordinary subjects. Have you prepared all types of souls according to the required number of souls? Baba is Karavanhar, one who works through others, but he makes the instrument children Karanhar, those who act. Because you receive the reward as a fruit of your deeds, it is the instrument children, Nimit Bache, who have to act. It is you children who have to have a relationship with Father Brahma. Father will remain loving and detached, Nyare and Pyare. Therefore, examine yourself in this way and let Baba know whether you are ready. You are not going to leave the task half accomplished, are you? Souls cannot become karmatit and go back with Baba without becoming complete. Only those who have become equal will go back with him. You want to go with him, do you not? Or are you going to follow him later? You are not going to go in the procession of Shiva, are you? Now tell Baba whether you are ready. Or do you think that some magic should take place? The mantra of Shiva is the magic mantra. You have received that. Brahma Baba was very concerned that the children shouldn't experience any difficulty. Was there any difficulty? Or was it entertainment? Because there was heavy rainfalls today, the tents collapsed. Was it just the tent that collapsed, or did your hearts shake? Your hearts are strong, are they not? You don't have any upheaval about what would happen or how you would leave, do you? Look at something, look at something new, at least. None of you have ever seen the monsoon of Abu, have you? Therefore, you have a little experience. Having a little experience of that, you should also see the rains in the mountains. You saw this entertaining scene. You're not thinking about getting away from here quickly, are you? It is good that the storms came on the last day. You will, of course, go and share some fresh news about what happened. There will be that entertainment in the news. You tell. In fact, all of you are unshakable. A lot more is yet to happen. This is nothing. There are signs of transmission of nature. This seems as though the speed of elements of nature is becoming fast. In the same way, the speed of your self-transformation also has to be fast. Acha? To those who constantly move at fast speed in their self-transformation, to those who complete the task of service with their own completion, to those who remain constantly stable in the stage of detached observer and observe the part of upheaval while considering it to be entertaining and thereby remaining unshakable, to such constantly powerful and elevated souls. Bhavdada's love, remembrance, and namaste. So this is the main Murli, and Baba meets the groups. So let's take a pause. Make yourself very comfortable. And try to relate to Baba. The one who is incorporeal. By becoming incorporeal, relate to the one who is incorporeal. become very subtle and make subtle world your home. And relate to all the beings in that subtle world, including Brahma Baba. Observe if there is anything that is pulling you down from this stage. So more you enjoy, more you love this incorporeal and subtle stage, naturally you become detached. You experience the sense of fulfillment. Feel the love of the incorporeal. Feel the safety in the subtle. Make yourself at home. In the subtle region with Baba. A deep sense of contentment. Extend your love and light, creating this subtle atmosphere in this corporeal world. Creating this spiritual atmosphere. Invoking the incorporeal and the subtle in others. Just allow. More deep you are absorbed in Baba's love. And Baba's love works through you to create this incorporeal and subtle atmosphere in this corporeal world. Serving the souls. Just imagine. Nothing more to do. Everything else is to exist except subtle and incorporeal. Unaffected by the things of the world. very stable, unshakable. Your deep sense of contentment, very stable in your incorporeal and subtle stage. Transforming your sense of self, transforming yourself into subtle and incorporeal. Om Shanti. And Baba is meeting the groups. Baba says, do you constantly watch every scene of the drama while stable in the stage of Sakshi, detached observer? The stage of Sakshi always helps you to play the part of hero. If you are not detached observer, you cannot play a hero part. From being hero actor, you would then become ordinary actor. The stage of detached observer makes you constantly double hero. One makes you like a diamond, Hira, and other makes you like a hero. A detached observer means that the soul is stable in the stage of being master, detached from the body. It means to be detached even from your own body, to be the master of it. I am a soul who makes the body perform actions, not the one who perform the actions, but the one who makes the body perform the action. So do you constantly have the stage of detached observer? Does the stage of detached observer give you the experience of effort being easy? There can be no types of obstacles or difficulty when you have the stage of detached observer. This is the main practice. This stage of detached observer is the first and the last lesson, because at the end, when there are upheavals, it will only be by having the stage of detached observer that you will be victorious. Therefore, make this lesson firm. Be a Sakshi. Be a Hira and be a hero. Double hero. Let's take a minute to meditate on that. as you make very comfortable. In this subtle stage, not just visualizing, not just imagining, but shifting your sense of self, shifting the energy of yourself to be very subtle. Try to feel. Let your experience of your sense of self be subtle. You're not just focusing, you're not just concentrating, you're actually staying absorbed in the subtle. That may feel unnatural, but that is the natural self. That body of energy which is created by the light of the soul. He is the real and eternal. Let go of all other awareness. Stay in this experience of being subtle and incorporeal. Let your presence as a living light create this body of light where both your head and heart is dwelling in this energy of the body of light. Sakshi to everything else. Stable in your real presence. And just see, your presence is shifting the energy around, not only in your physical body, but also in the room. You're bringing subtle atmosphere. You're creating this subtle atmosphere in this corporeal. You're not only extending this pure, subtle energy into the 5 elements, but you're also extending it and touching every soul. Invoking the light, invoking the incorporeal. And charging their subtle bodies. You're so absorbed in Baba's love and light. As deep you are in this state, that powerful is the atmosphere you create. give a pause here. So before that, just want to check. How are you going to keep your Sakshi stage? How are you going to keep yourself powerful? What practice will keep your incorporeal and subtle stage alive? Feel free to unmute yourself and share your thoughts. Elizabeth.
Om Shanti Prabhu. Sometimes I used to just view these Murlis. Is it something taking place between Father Brahma and Father Shiva? That to see Father Brahma and Father Shiva, both are within the same matter. So I used to think, how does in these meetings the heart-to-heart conversation take place? Because they are both merged. So what's the thought process when they have a heart-to-heart conversation? Because even in this Murli, Baba speaks about, I was trying to link the title with his questions, perfect soul, content with the self and service. So Baba is giving us the background. And in the background, that question where he says, children are watching the beauty of the world of upheaval. That even I was churning. How did Baba call this world of upheaval as beauty? But so children, as like in one eye, they are watching this. But just like Brahma Baba, in the other eye, Baba is asking, do you see your future? Do you see where you're going to go? Do you see that all these, what you saw in the other eye is just temporary? It is just something for you to forget? Are you still attached to that eye, or have you come to the other eye? I was trying to visualize it like this, with, of course, the questions which he has given in the paragraph is completely about contentment, soul, service, and the Karanhar children and their stage. Stage is not only unshakable, but also detached observers. So if in that paragraph you see the list of questions, it was for me, what to say, something different. So Baba's asking something in the first part, and then he jumps later to the second part. And he's going to transformation and all. It's a paradox Murli for me, the first two paragraphs. But what I liked in this is children, upheaval, unshakable, detached observers. I think these two paragraphs, one has to again put it in your system to understand what is the link which Baba is trying to establish. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Gurujaben. So one of the things I observe is, so especially the initial thing we have heard in different ways, right? Baba from faraway land, one who is incorporeal, comes into corporeal, into this world of upheaval to meet the children who are in this old world. So this message is there in many Sakar Murlis, pretty much every Murli. So what if you actually see how the yajna has started? Baba started the yajna with visions. So, and I think a couple of days ago, Baba also telling that as the things get to the fag end of the kalpa, where everything is getting really darker, and you will be so lost in those visions. So I was just thinking on that point, and so in other words, Baba is shifting our sense of reality through this means of visions. And initially Baba said, gave the vision. He didn't say that you are a soul, this is what. He didn't give some philosophy. He didn't give some concepts. But he shifted the sense of reality for Dadis and Baba so that they get to experience the truth for themselves. And then he said that, look, now you got it. Now you practice it. So visions are, there is no more role of visions once you get what is real. So now you have to make real natural for yourself without visions. And that is the practice that Baba made us do. Baba made us do for Dadis and all 14 years of tapasya in Karachi or in the initial first decade in Madhuban. So, and Baba is asking us to do the same. And you see that tone in most of the Murlis in different formats, different flows Baba is taking us into. I think a couple of days ago, Baba also said that I have come to take you back home. So he was conveying the same message. And before that, he was talking about these visions. Before that, he was talking about you stay in that karmatit stage. And then in that stage itself, you end up being in home. Without your knowledge, you just end up getting home safely. And without your knowledge, you gracefully move forward into golden age. And you won't even know. And that is a world where there is no death. And then the time itself, ages passes by without even aware that you're losing leaving one body and taking another body. It is this smooth continuation, not just in golden age, but it starts from now. And it starts from this practice of being uninfluenced, being karmati, being totally detached and totally absorbed. And this smooth flow of transition, whatever we are practicing right now, whatever stage that we are carrying, the same thing continues, not just going back to the soul world, but also in golden age. And within the golden age, from golden age to silver age, that smooth flow like a river, unstoppable, without any obstacle, it just flows through. So I was just reflecting on that, and especially when Baba talks about being a sakshi and all of this stuff, so we gracefully flow through all of this practice of being subtle and incorporeal.
Okay, let me take your thing of reality and vision. Fine. See, who's facing the reality? We children. It is till he came down 100 years back, the reality was that the unshakable state. Suddenly he just comes as a director because remember, he has never gone through these upheavals. He was never part of these changing costumes of the body or upheavals. He suddenly comes as a director, as a magician, standing there on the top of the stage. Stop, stop, stop. This was just a kind of a show. And then he comes and gives us a projected vision. See, this is just a vision, the future, a vision. And then he says, be a detached observer. So, it's like, I was just saying that reality, you were saying reality and vision. Fine. Because he has to tell us the reality was just a stage. It was not you. It was just you performing variety of acts. But I think there was a lot of energy flow in this reality. And suddenly he says, okay, stop, remove your costume, be a detached observer. Sometimes I just feel, Harshbhai, that, some magic Baba is doing with us, a kind of a magic thing. I like only one thing, Sakshi, then Sati, rather than going into the world of visions. I just say, I'm just going to hold your hand. I'm not going to see whether there is going to be Satyug or whether there's going to be future kingdom or whether there's going to be thing. There's only one certainty for me in this reality world of upheaval is you with me. I think that is the only one, what I say, like a lifeline for a person who is in IC. Just this come. That to make my journey simple and less complicated. I'm sure.
Yeah, no, the point which I was trying to make is just imagine when you're sleeping, when you're in deep dream. We are not talking about visions. Just imagine you're in your deepest dream. At that fraction of second, whatever you're conscious, that is your reality at that fraction of time. Follow, right? So in fact, the subtle is not something mystical. And in fact, when Baba started giving all of these visions, they're not watching a drama on the screen of their mind. They themselves are going through those motions. They themselves are feeling what they have already experienced from their past. So, in other words, Baba is revealing themselves to themselves through this shift of reality. So, in other words, at that fraction of time, and then Baba says that, do you remember? Like most of Sakar Mulis, Baba says, I think a couple of days ago, Baba was talking about this. Look, so many people had visions. They're not here anymore. But in other words, what really matters is, see, you have seen that. So now you know the contrast of what is right, what is not right. And even Baba said, like, they all left and then they start becoming big businessmen. They made tons of money. And especially they are mostly Sindhis. So they end up going out of country and businesses and stuff like that. And they made a lot of money and they think that they are rich and this is heaven. And that is the point Baba is making 2 days ago in Sakamali. So, but the point he was trying to make is like, he just didn't give some concept or some survival tool to people. He literally make them experience what it feels to be you as incorporeal, what it feels to be complete and perfect, what it feels to be in the state of expressing divinity. So once you have that experience and you still let go of it, that is the biggest loss, the point he was trying to make. So, but on the same flow of Murli, Baba was also pointing out, look, things will get really dark here. And at that time, this very tool of visions keeps you safe. And this is enabled only because you are free from any attachments. You're free from any attractions. You're not held by any emotion. You're not, nobody is pulling you down, or nothing within you is longing for anything which is in this world, in this old world. So he was trying to make this contrast. What does it mean to be karmatit? What does it mean to be free from attachment? What does it mean to be victorious over attachment? And then what does it mean to be victorious altogether? So he was trying to clarify And he definitely used the concept of vision. And I really respect what you're saying. But if you try to see the whole flow, and then if you start appreciating the beauty of how Baba is enabling us to go through this journey, so where you're not just focusing on gyan or focusing on yoga or focusing on dharana or focusing on seva, but just shift your reality and everything starts happening every time, all the time. So in other words, you just shift the reality that you are a soul and you're dwelling in this body of subtle body, which is created by you, your energy of the soul. And then you're dwelling in this physical world and you're extending that love and light. And you yourself will be protected. That itself is dharana. That itself is yoga. That itself is the gyan. By practicing that itself is doing service. So everything falls into place in one simple practice of shifting your reality and make spiritual real and exist in this corporeal world. And I see that redefining the practices like Sakshi, Nyare Pyare, and things like that, in this sense, takes our practice to the next level. Especially now is the time Baba is asking us to do more and more of that. And I was just churning on this, just a couple of thoughts here. Just curious. Anyone have any thoughts, comments? Anyone else? Radhamani? Vinod Bhai?
Yes, Brother Ram Shanti.
Shanti?
Uh, I have realized in real sciences, in real treatment of a few people, they have this relaxation exercise wherein they give a picture in front of mind, and particularly these cases which come up with anxiety and with distress, the practitioner, the counselor gives a particular image or an imagination to them, and they have better coping skills to that, so that they do not feel anxious when it actually comes in front of them, though that is probably genetic or inherent, or that comes to them instantly. So sooner or later they start becoming adapted to it, and they overcome that situation strongly. In my realization, as Baba puts in these talks about the future, the Satyug, the Kali, the present world, and the future world, I particularly have felt that there is a better thing coming up. That is that gives me a sense of hope and to something to look for better for. For that matter, even the wall posters that we see, the visions, the imaginations, the pictures that are put in them, they give lot of goodness, a sense of good feeling to people. This is a miniature version. So this, as you said, that transformation that happens is in one person's mind only. That is occurring within that individual, and that individual lives with it for some more duration, which a normal person otherwise would not have been able to do. So that is my perspective about the visions and such things. And I had a little version towards the Sakshi Dishta and how can we maintain that from, I would, this takes to the next topic where I felt that many of, I mean, in reality also in centers where sisters are there, instead of directly being in only in that state of yoga or gyan or seva, I mean, they turn around in all of these four subjects. And sooner or later, that gives to the understanding of the subject that yes, a normal person can also do such things. And that's how they are able to emanate that essence of being detached yet still so powerful. And but in real life as well, when we are occupied in so many tertiary or quaternary duties, but if you're always connected to your primary duty, that one connection will be able to join through the primary, secondary, tertiary activities that we do in offices. That is basically related to our core qualification. Because you have that understanding, that what I can say, the parameter inside us to go through all four of them. So once Baba is putting sisters or brothers in place to, like for example, sisters are driving cars also in certain place. I think definitely in other countries as well. In India, I see centers sisters are handling everything by themselves, be it driving, be it cooking, be it cleaning, everything. But at the same time, somewhere they have that connection. So they are able to also provide solutions to people who are doing the same things, but yet experiencing problems. I think that is when they are experiencing that sense of understanding, which is seen from the third person point of view and a different perspective altogether. Thank you, Amshad.
Thank you, Vinod Bhai. That's beautiful. Yeah. And definitely, even in terms of psychology, when uh, there is something which is scary also, they want to desensitize that thing, and the process again used is like uh, making peace with something that scares you. So, and in other words, everything good, bad, ugly, everything doesn't matter and influences. So you totally desensitize yourself with good, bad, ugly, and then you graze above all of these things. And definitely, and then I definitely appreciate what you just said. Like when you focus on your primary objective, and then everything else falls naturally. The secondary and tertiary is naturally happens just because you are aligned to the primary objective. Yeah, thank you. Anyone else have any thoughts, questions, comments?
Maybe the time, let's go on a quick small meditation to pull through.
Sure, we can have a nice meditation. Make yourself very comfortable. But gently bringing your attention on the self as you're observing. You're not only observing the body, and you're shifting the energy of your body from physical sensations to subtle sensations. By shifting your mind to incorporeal from corporeal. And shifting your heart to perceive something pure and subtle and spiritual against triggered emotions. Shift your sense of self. Make yourself very comfortable being subtle, being incorporeal. Not only your awareness, but also your mind and heart, incorporeal and subtle. You're not just perceiving it, but you're also becoming it. You're not just sensing that subtle, but you're also radiating. You're absorbed and radiating. Making incorporeal tangible. Making subtle natural. And feeling the company. Not being lonely, but being in the company of the subtle beings. Both Brahma Baba and the incorporeal, the ocean of love, and the ocean of lightness. Keeping the company of the incorporeal and the subtle. Keeps your subtle and incorporeal stage alive for the rest of the day. Just visualize carrying the incorporeal and subtle for the rest of the day. Om Shanti. Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Harshabai. Thank you, Divine Family. A wonderful day. And we meet tomorrow morning in continuation, same Murli.